Yeah. Oh, why can your trap take over your trap? Yeah, yeah. Who said that? Who said that? Bankroll Fresh, rest in peace. Yeah. What Spain did was they walked into Argentina's trap and they took over the trap. Yeah, yeah, that's what happened. If you guys did not watch the final, the rent was due. I'm talking about the World Cup final. I'm not gonna have a long stream. I'm not gonna have a long rant. Smash the like button if you're new here. If you don't know what I do and you don't care much, but if you do care, smash the like button. I want you to do that. And I'm about to cook and end Messi in Argentina in about 30 minutes. I'm gonna try to do it in 30. Maybe I might go 35. But I'm gonna tell you all the reasons why Argentina lost. Right? But we're gonna get the rent due. So I'm gonna put on a few songs before we get to it. So let's get to it. Shout out to Bellingham Cushington, man. This is one of my favorite tracks by him. As y'all come in, smash the like button. If you want to send super chats, feel free to do that. But we're gonna get to it. This is a happy day, y'all. This is a celebration. Because evil loses in the end. The most high wins. Let's get to it. I'm happy, y'all. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. Let's go, gang. Fair use, fair use. I'm gonna remove this. If you want to watch the full version of the stream, it will be on Patreon. I cannot put certain things on YouTube because of censorship. You know what it is? I told y'all. My channel, I knew is never gonna be big. I don't care. I just care about giving y'all entertainment and giving y'all information. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. There's a reason I wanted to play Rent Due by Bellingham Cushington. Why? Because the rent was due on Argentina, bro. I'm gonna play a few other songs. We don't get to it. Let's go. Mm-mm. Fire track. Fire track. Bellingham Cushington, he's consistent as hell. People say he's white. I think he's mixed race. Because his dad is literally a black man. Yes, it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. Some people who are mixed race come out white as snow. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense, but yeah, that's genetics and biology for you. Go to biology class and figure that out. But yeah, the rent was due for Argentina. I'm gonna put on another track, and then I'm only gonna do 3 tracks today. Before we get to the before we get to it. So um, I love this track, man. It's new to me, but I really. By the way, as y'all come in, like the stream, best way to support. I have a super chat goal of 1 super chat for today. This will be a short stream. We're not doing 3 hours. We're not doing 2 hours. Just a short stream. Let's get to it. And I put this song on purpose because how far does Argentina want to go? Because they did not want to go far, especially with this team. And I'm gonna get deeper into it very soon. The real final was France versus Spain. That was the final. What we saw today was a consolation prize. And anybody who knows sports or understands life knew this was gonna happen. Now we didn't know the extent, but we're gonna talk about how far are they gonna go. Let's go, again. Yeah. Mm. Oh, vocalistic. Oh, sí. By the way, we're celebrating Argentina losing, man. And we're having a turn up. So how far do you want to go? Smash the like button if you're here to celebrate Argentina losing. Smash the dislike if you're an Argentina and Messi fan. Engagement works both ways. I don't give a damn. I want the hate comments. Every hater, I want you to slide through. I'm gonna blow myself up. Every single hater, I want you to slide through. You know what? Let me help a hater out. Let me help you haters out. Let me help you BANs. And I think you can extrapolate what I mean by BAN. Figure it out. All you BANs, I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna support you Messi fans. I'm gonna support you Argentina fans. I'm gonna support you corrupt people. Anybody who supports Messi and Argentina, hit the link. I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm put it in the chat. I'm put it in the chat. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Y'all look at the chat right now. It's coming. This is a StreamYard link for you to come stream with me. And I will cook you. I will burn you alive. So if you're a hater, I'm inviting you personally. But if you're a fan, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you. Haters, I'm giving you a platform. How far do you want to go? I'm ready for war, man. I'm having a great Sunday. I love it. How far are you want to go? Come on. Oh, baby. Come on. Mm. Mm. How far do you want to go, baby? Come on. Come on. Yeah, bro. How far do you want to go, baby? Come on. This is one of my favorite new tracks. Came out about 3 months ago. It's I've been blasting it ever since. It's fire track. How far do you want to go by NO11 and Focalistic and a few other people. So y'all check out that track. But this is the last track I'm gonna play to get us ready and get people coming in. And it is off that new Rose album. And then love this track. Set in Stone off the new Rose album. This is Porsche GT3 RS. That's a very nice Porsche, by the way. I'll put it into the Google if you guys haven't seen it. It's right here. This is the Porsche GT 3 RS that Rose is going to be talking about in this track. I love this song. I love this song, bro. Because he's taking risks. He's in your like you're 10 or 15 in the rap game, and he's taking risks.
Wake up in the morning, send a prayer up to.
I like it. Let's start at the beginning. By the way, early review of Set in Stone. Rose is keeping his trend. He releases great albums. And you know what the thing about Rick Ross is? I'm just gonna keep it real. He won't get his flowers until he dies. And it sounds messed up, but I'm just gonna give you the facts. People never appreciate greatness in front of them until it's gone. What am I talking about? You think about a person like Tupac. Since he died young, he got more love and respect. Biggie, same way, right? Rose has been consistent for so many years, so good that they will not show him his respect until he's gone. It's the sad reality of life. It is what it is. Let's go. Lord, yes, to the Lord, to the Lord. Oh, One. Let me tell you something, man. We wake up every morning, we should say a prayer to the Lord, man. That's just a fact of life. We should. I need to do better at that. But the fact remains is we're praising the Lord because we're understanding that. Okay, I'm going to stop the autoplay. We're understanding that the Lord is a just full God, man. And evil cannot persist. Evil cannot persist. And am I calling Argentina evil? Yes, yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm calling them evil as an organization, and they are encouraged to be evil because they have a spoiled brat at the top of their organization. And this is personal to me because I'm a person who had to work hard for everything or most things that I've gotten. I was not privileged. If y'all know me in my situation, bruh, people who grew up like me, they're either dead or in prison. Let's start off with that. They're either in refugee camps. Start off with that. They're either people who will not see even 3 years old. They're people who came out of trials and tribulations, right? So that's why personally I get offended or I dislike people who are spoiled and pampered and given the easy way out. So there's a term called people who start at third base, right? So in baseball, if you don't know the analogy, when you are playing baseball, your goal is to get a home run. You want to go to home plate, right? Third base is the closest to the home plate, right? And there's three bases, clearly, and then there's the home plate at the very end. Messi and Argentina as an organization started on third base going into this World Cup. Yeah. You want to ask me how? You want to ask me why? I'll explain how and why. Let's look at the knockouts. Let's look at the teams they faced. And let's look at the teams comparatively to what Spain faced. It's crazy. And the irony of this whole entire situation, if you don't know, I'll tell you right now, Spain won 1-0 versus Argentina in extra time, right? In extra time by Ferran Torres with the game-winning goal. Similar to, I think maybe it was the 2014 World Cup. Let me find out. In the 2014 World Cup final, I believe it was Germany versus Argentina. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna fact check that. So we're gonna fact check together. Yes, actually it was. I'm correct. It was Germany versus Argentina, and Germany won 1-0, and it was a extra time goal by Mario Götze, right? Now, here's interesting fact about Mario Götze. This was the highlight of his career, clearly. He came and subbed in for another player, and he was not necessarily having a great season. Well, what happened today? Who got the game-winning goal? The game-winning goal was Ferran Torres, who's had a horrible season. Let's start first and foremost and looking at the statistics. And then we're going to look at the knockout rounds. Y'all get active in the chat. And if anybody want to come and challenge me, I love it. I want the smoke. Click that link. I'll pull you up. But y'all don't want the smoke. It is what it is. I understand. It's just too much pressure. Look at the stats. Let's look at the stats. Shots. Spain had 20. Argentina had 3. And I'm going to be real. Those 3 shots came in extra time, meaning in 90 minutes of football, or as they say, football or soccer, whatever you want to call it, Argentina had not threatened the defensive capabilities of Spain at all. They had not threatened the goalie at all. Why did they not threaten the goalie? Why? I'll tell you why. They have the best player on that pitch. You guys, people are gonna market you and say all this bullshit and say Yamin Lamar, say Messi. The best player on that pitch is this guy. Y'all get in the chat. Tell me what his name is. I'm not gonna say his name. This guy was the best player on the pitch. He won Ballon d'Or last year, and people were having controversial um, sayings about that. People were saying that my boy, who I like a lot, Mr. Vinny Jr. should have won the Ballon d'Or. Well, this validates his Ballon d'Or. By the way, if y'all don't know soccer culture, Ballon d'Or is the highest prize for a soccer player athlete. And I'm going to tell you right now, this man is about to win his second Ballon d'Or. Why? He was the best player on the pitch for Spain throughout the entire tournament. Throughout the entire tournament, it was not Yamin Lamal because Yamin Lamal was, I personally believe, used as a decoy. Strategically, I think the manager and the coach of Spain, he used Yamin Lamal as a decoy. What am I talking about? Luis de la Fuente, let's look him up right now. I think he put Yamin Lamal on I think it was either the left side, maybe the right side, I could be corrected, but he put him on that side. And if you look at the flow of the game, how Spain was playing, they were playing in the middle and the opposite end of Yamal. In other words, they wanted everybody to put their attention on this guy when this other guy, Rodri, was cooking. Anytime that Argentina had a chance to score or counterattack, they were getting bullied, man. Not only getting bullied, they were getting embarrassed. See, when you're a spoiled brat and you've not experienced strife and actual hard work, when you start on third base and you didn't have to hit a RBI double or single, you just started at the very end. You will never understand somebody like Rodri. You'll never understand that because you started at the end. You didn't start at the beginning. Messi is such a MF and fraud, bro. I actually get upset. And these analysts and commentators that deride him, I think they make me more mad than Messi. In other words, Lionel Messi, what he does is he is obviously a phenomenal player. Here's the irony. He's not even the best Argentinian player at all. There's somebody who was voted the greatest the greatest player of a decade. So this dude, who I'm gonna show now, and you guys are gonna see, this dude was voted over Pele as the greatest of a century, or well, one of literally the greatest. That's Diego Maradona, man. This dude is still, in my mind, better than Messi. Clearly, for what he was able to do in the era he was able to do it at the level he was able to do it, he was not protected. Pele was protected. I'm just gonna keep it real. Pele from Brazil was protected. But this guy exemplified greatness. And guess what? He was doing cocaine and turning up and still being great. Like, what else do you need from me? Rest in peace to the GOAT. I think he's more of a GOAT than Messi. I'm going to stand by that. And I didn't want to say it. I'm going to say this. Had Messi won the World Cup this year, I would put him above Maradona. I'm not going to do it now. I'm not. Here's the irony of Messi being only overly protected and D-road, right? He has an entitlement about himself. He has a superiority complex where he feels like he deserves to win, right? And that's the problem. When he faces reality and faces teams that are not that are not the teams that he faced, it hit him in the face. And I love it. I absolutely MFing love it. I'm not gonna play the highlights of the game because pretty much there was no highlights. It was literally the goalie for Argentina saving their behind. Messi was horrible in the game, guys. Messi was trash. He was horrible. He couldn't get dribbles off. He had maybe two crosses in extra time that had semi impact, but they were too far, too long. He got shut down. Now look at the media pundits that are still going to deride him. I'm going to blow myself up here. Every media pundit, I'm talking about soccer media or sports media, that derides and strokes on Messi after this embarrassment of a game, they're fraudulent. Cut them off. They're bought, they're sponsored, they're corrupted. And personally, I've felt this way for a long time, but a lot of these people are bought. A lot of these people are corrupted. A lot of these people want to push narratives that are not genuine, that are from people higher than them. When you have an individual like Cristiano Ronaldo who has won 5 UEFA championships, Messi has four, who's won to multiple different leagues and still won and still been a victor, who's willing to take the road less traveled. You dig what I'm saying? There's a movie, man. By the way, check out my last stream that I did, man. It's highly censored because YouTube is on some BS. I'm probably gonna go to Twitch or maybe Kick soon. I'm gonna try to transition and do streams there because it's stupid as hell. I hate YouTube. They pay me, but I dislike YouTube in a lot of ways. The Odyssey, right? The Odyssey came out on Friday. It's the story of Odysseus trying to come back home to Ithaca, right? This is a man that had to go 10 years to actually finally be back with his wife Penelope and his son Telemachus, right? He had to go through a hero's journey. He had to go through the trials and perils and tribulations. He did not have a shortcut. He did not. He did not have a short journey. There's somebody who did have a short journey going back home after winning the Trojan War. His name was Agamemnon. And this is not even spoilers because this is a novel. This was an epic poem that came out like centuries ago. So let me give y'all some a little bit of background. Odysseus was not only encouraged but basically forced to join in the Trojan War by this guy called Agamemnon. Agamemnon was one of the I think it was a major general or some major powerful figure within Greece, right? Now they finish the war. Troy is destroyed. Agamemnon and Odysseus and everybody else, they want to go home. They want to go home, right? Agamemnon has, I think, some other part of Greece. Odysseus goes to Ithaca, right? In a flashback scene, I'm not going to spoil how this is a flashback scene, but you can use your mind or you can read the source material. Agamemnon gets killed by his wife. He gets back home pretty quick. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take 10 years like it takes Odysseus. But within that time, there was a bunch of resentment from Agamemnon's wife due to the sacrifices that Agamemnon had done, namely his child. So the wife waited until Agamemnon was vulnerable, stabbed him in his throat, killed him. Right? So the man who had a shorter journey, who had a sense of privilege, right? Who had a sense of privilege, who had a sense of entitlement, who had been pampered and spoiled. His journey is faster, clearly, right? Because he's spoiled, but it's more tragic and devastating because he loses his life, as opposed to. I'm gonna tie this together. I think if you're smart enough, you already know where I'm going. As opposed to Odysseus, right? Let's look at Odysseus here. Odysseus actually had a long journey, a 10-year journey that actually made him stronger than ever and actually did not lead to the same fate that Agamemnon had. If you guys are not smart enough to understand what I'm trying to say, I'm saying Messi's Agamemnon, bro. This is a person who's been pampered and spoiled by FIFA organization, and you think that he would cakewalk into another FIFA championship? Rodri said no. Rodney said, I took the longer journey. I'm Odysseus in this narrative. And you know what? I'll do this. I'll go this far. And you guys might not like it. That's why I put the stream link if you want to debate me. You're not going to do it. It's fine. But this is why I'm always going to be a fan of this guy, Cristiano Ronaldo. He took the road less traveled. He went different places. He went through a journey. He is, in my opinion, the Odysseus of this narrative. Rodri could be seen as that, but he took the hard beaten path. He did not take shortcuts being on a team like goddamn Barcelona that already has built championships in the past. Even Maradona himself, he went to Napoli. They weren't known for nothing, and he put them on the map. Messi went to Barcelona that already had a Ronaldinho, man. You know, I love Yamin Lamal, but Yamin Lamal, he is also spoiled as what you are in Barcelona, brother. Right? There's some men who take the harder journey. That's Odysseus. There's some men who are willing to go above and beyond. That's Cristiano Ronaldo. To go above what he was already expecting to do, and he's still doing it at 42 years old. And you guys have the gall to disrespect him, put dirt on his name, this, that, and the third, and then you deride an MFO who had spoiled from the beginning. Y'all are pathetic. It is what it is. Media's pathetic. They're all goofs. Shout out to Ronaldo. And then again, an even bigger shout out to Spain. And then we're going to get really to the game. I'm not going to try to stay here long at all. Ultimately, um, these Argentinians, right? They played a horrible game. They played a horrible game. But here's where I have a little bit of empathy towards them. If you were getting away with fraud, right? And you worked at a business, you were getting away with fraud, stealing time from the company, stealing money for 10 years, like literally 10 years, right? And nobody had found out or fined you or held you accountable, wouldn't you be comfortable doing more fraud in your 11, your 12? That's what Argentina did. The reason Enzo Fernandez got a red card, and it's clearly there, it happened in the 90th minute, is because Argentina had been doing things that deserve a red card. This MF or Messi had been fouling and hitting people. He deserved multiple red cards throughout this World Cup. Multiple. But when you're the baby face, when you're the spoiled brat, you get different expectations. They gave Balaguer for the United States soccer team. They gave him all types of shit. They were dragging Donald Trump for influencing FIFA to do this. Where is the outrage for Messi doing pretty much the same move and not even a yellow card? There was no outrage for that. Spoiled brat. So the spoiled brat thought, okay, it's gonna be a cakewalk. They're gonna make me win. They're gonna make me win. They're gonna make me win. Why? Because they've already made me win other times. How do Egyptian players feel right now? Right? Egypt was supposed to win that game. I think Egypt would have even beat Switzerland. I think Egypt would have made the World Cup. I'm not lying. Egypt would have a chance against England, by the way. I'm not playing because Mo Salah and a lot of the Egyptian players play Premier League. They know these guys. They played against these guys. Egypt, I'm going to say it, they should have been in the World Cup final. They would have done better than Argentina. Argentina was horrific this game. There was only one Argentinian player that actually showed up and did anything. By the way, shout out to my boy on. This is the homie. This is the dog. Me and him, I think we're gonna do a stream soon where we talk about the World Cup. Go follow his channel. Go support him. That's my brother for life. Love him. Love this dude. Ultimately, there was only one Argentinian player that came to show up. It's called Emilio Martinez. That's the only person on this entire freaking team that showed up. Now, look, you could say some of the defenders on Argentina showed up. You could say that. I'm not too opposed to that. But if it wasn't for this guy, Argentina would have lost 4-0. They were about to lose 4-0, guys. This guy had like three, maybe four saves that saved them from goals. Of course, the referees were calling offsides. They were not fully offsides for Spain. Of course, there was a lot of interference. There was a lot. Tell you, they deserve more red cards. They were getting spoiled. And guess what? This is where true justice shows up. The true justice is seeing them lose, guys. That's the justice. Because when you've been spoiled all your life, and you finally face the reality of what people have actually going through, it is a magical thing. So let's look at the knockouts. And I'm going to finish this narrative really soon. I'm not here to stay here for long, bro. Let's talk about it. Um, my boy Arconte is saying, Lisandro Martinez injury effed up Argentina. I'm not surprised by that. Yes, Argentina did not look like the team that got to the finals. Why? Why? I'll explain to you why. See, when you're a spoiled, pampered brat, and the fix is in. When I say the fix is in, it means that it's predetermined. Again, I'm gonna say this. It might sound controversial. I don't give a damn. I don't care. Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo had a better game against Spain than Messi. And guess what? People don't have these analysts don't have the balls and they don't have the integrity and they suck and swallow Messi. They'll never admit it. But Ronaldo had a better game versus Spain than goddamn Messi. It's a fact. It's a fact. Nobody's gonna admit that because they hate my boy. But you know what? This is again what I'm saying. This person, I relate to Cristiano Ronaldo because the haters, the people who hate you, they are so deluded in their hate that they, in a sense, try to control and change narrative. This is the greatest soccer player that's ever lived. I don't care. And I stand on that. He's gonna get 1,000 goals next year, and they're still gonna find a reason to hate him. But then this MF right here commits multiple fouls in a final that would get anybody else. Man, imagine Ronaldo was tackling these people like that. Ronaldo would have been taken off. But when you're a spoiled brat and they're willing to give you Ballon d'Ors just because you breathed and you farted, they're gonna do it. Let's look at this. This is my boy on phone. But he got injured trying to injure another player. Oh, yes. Thank you for saying that. Argentina throughout the game, they were not just doing defending, they were doing gutter trash tactics in order to take players out of Spain. And you know, God is good. God said, it's over. And I'm so happy that this guy got embarrassed in the biggest stage of them all. I love it. Actually, it's actually better. Let's say Mbappe lost in the finals. That would have been horrible. I love Mbappe. I'm just going to be I rock with Mbappe. He did not have a good tournament because in the biggest game against the biggest team, he failed. But I'm gonna say right now, I think Mbappe played even better than Messi versus Spain. Like, let's analyze the teams that Spain played, and let's analyze the teams that Argentina played, and we're gonna get a better narrative of what protection means and corruption means. And I'm gonna get out of here because I ain't trying to do a long stream. Y'all know I can do it, but I'm not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at it. Let's go to bracket. Let's look at it. Let's look how we got to Spain being the champion. Let's understand it. And again, my contention and my theory, not even a theory, just my overall thinking of sports. I'm not a big soccer analyst. If you want to get all your soccer information, go on Raconte. That's my dog. He'll give you all the soccer 411. He's the guy, the football 101. He's the one who's actually is up on game. I follow the game here and there, but I'm not as locked in as dude. So y'all go shows love and support my boy. This guy, Rodri, is the man of the tournament because he was able to do something that is historic in 7 games, 7 World Cup games. Because the overall theory of a World Cup is that you're facing the best players around the world, clearly, right? And they're all representing their team. So you're getting all the teams in the world, hypothetically, that are all showing up to face each other. And in them 7 games that Spain played, including the World Cup final, there was only 1 goal that was scored on them, and that was by a Belgian player. I forget his name. Right? 1 goal. Who's the defensive midfielder? Who is the team captain? This guy. This guy ended Messi. They're saying that Rodri completed football. I don't know what that full term means, but I'm guessing it's because he won the Euro. They won the Euro about 2 years ago, 2024. He won the World Cup, which is just today, and he won the Ballon d'Or. Right? So he won his clearly for the best player in the world. That's the Ballon d'Or. He won it, I believe, in 24. He won the Euro in 24. I think he won Champions League in 24 as well. And he just won the World Cup. These are all the trophies that every player wants to get or wants to achieve. I don't think Messi, I think Messi achieved it in the 2022 because he got the World Cup. Also debatable, also fishy. It is what it is. So yeah. I said I can't say he won every trophy possible. He won. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He won Champions League. I think that's why they gave him the edge over Vinny Jr. Yeah. So dude accomplished everything individually as an athlete you can achieve the highest level. He just so that the term completed football means he did all of that. Now let's look at the journey. And let's look at the fraud's journey. Let's look at the sport. Let's look at Rodri's journey, right? And let's look at the fraud's journey. Let's do that. And then we'll get to really understanding what completing football means. Because this fraud, man, he's a piece of it is what it is. Let's look at it. Right. So who did Spain play? Okay. Spain played Austria. Right? Spain played Austria. Beat them 3-0. It was a pretty handed win, right? Then it got harder. They beat Portugal. That had an extra time goal by Merlino, I believe that was his name. Um, Marino, yeah. I just want to mention something that maybe people don't want to talk about, but Messi, the spoiled brat, he hit he hit a soccer ball like he was going for a shot, allegedly, that hit Marino square in the face. Now, there's people who are gonna say, okay, that was an accident, you're trying to shoot the ball. I don't believe that. I believe Messi was frustrated because this was in like the damn 90-minute extra time that he found a target and he hit the ball in his face. This undercutting shit that Messi be doing and people be ignoring it because they want to D-ride. It is what it is. So, anyways, let's go back to the central theme, and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna head out. So they beat Portugal, right? Portugal really had a good team. I'm just gonna be real with you. Vitinho, Bruno Fernandes, a lot of people on Portugal's team did underplay themselves. They did not play well, right? And again, we're gonna go with Mourinho on Spain. He showed up. So clearly, in any kind of big tournament, any kind of World Cup, you need players to show up. It can't just be the um the superstars. I will say this, and it's controversial. People might hate me. I don't care. I believe Portugal had a bigger challenge towards Spain and played them better than Argentina. Argentina was getting dominated, guys. Like they should have lost by a lot. Anyways, Spain then moves on to Belgium. I think Belgium was really a tough test for them as well. They did dominate it, but they still had a lot of trouble with Belgium. Belgium was the first team to score on them in a 7-game period. By the way, Hakon is saying I'm pushing it, bro. Hey, I just do not trust the slimy rat, and I don't trust. Well, you know what? Let me be generous. Maybe it's not really him. It's just the ecosystem that protects him, and then he has an inflated sense of ego to do whatever he wants. Because trust me, if that was another player who blasted a soccer ball into another player's head, people would be like, "What? What are you doing?" Especially somebody who's as accurate as Messi. You think an accurate kicker, an accurate soccer player like Messi would not kick a soccer ball into another MF's head? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Anyways, let's go back to the content. I'm gonna head out of here soon. Ultimately, Spain beats Belgium. Spain is in the World Cup. So keep in mind they face Austria, Portugal, Belgium. Solid array of teams. That's Let's go to Argentina side. Let's go. Let's go on. Yeah, it's gonna get silly, and then you guys are gonna understand what I'm talking about. Argentina almost lost to Cape Verde in the round of 32. You could argue that Cabo Verde, should have won that game. They played them tough. They played them strong, and they held their head. By the way, keep in mind Cape Verde, they held Spain to 0 goals. They are a great team, and I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do in the future. Let's go to their next opponent, and this is again A massive reason. I won't say I hate Messi. I hate the ecosystem that protects him. I hate the system that was created to shelter this man because guess what? If he was getting fully accountable and fully stressed and pressed on the same way that the media and people press on Ronaldo, he would not even make it past Egypt. Egypt would have won that game. By the way, Raconte is in the chat saying Portugal has a better midfield than Argentina. As a matter of fact, Ronaldo had a better team than Messi. Look. On paper, England has a better team than Argentina. Right? On paper, you're correct. Portugal has a better midfield than Argentina. You're correct about that. Did they perform though? No, they didn't. Vitinho and Bruno Fernandez had a horrible tournament, man. Some of the worst play they've had. And Ronaldo, I'm being real, he uplifted the team. He was not putting the team down. Do you understand how deluded society has been? The society is so deluded, right? That they want to blame a 42-year-old Ronaldo, right? Who's putting all his effort, who's captain of his team, right? His job is not to cross the ball in play. His job is not to get through passes in the way. His job is to net goals, which he was doing at a great rate and was doing fantastically. And he's been doing his whole career. And people want to get on him when his midfield ain't giving him nothing. I'm going to give Messi this. Messi's teammates did really well for this tournament for him. They produced. That's why he got to the finals. Let's finish off the journey for Argentina. Argentina goes against Egypt. They should have lost. They got assistance from FIFA. They somehow won that game. I'll give Argentina this one credit. They have a way of coming back in games, especially in the 40th, sorry, in the 90th minute or extra time. I believe personally it's because they have a lot of resilience, and I respect that. And also at the same time, they capitalize off mistakes, right? Well, then they go face Switzerland, right? Switzerland, before the red card that went to Imbolo, this is Imbolo right here. Imbolo for Switzerland. Switzerland was going to win that game. I just want to let y'all know. Imbolo got a red card. Now, could you make some arguments that yes, he deserved that red card? Absolutely. Because he did a simulation, meaning he pretended and he was diving excessively, right? To the point where they said, oh man, you're doing too much off the field. They were down to 10 men, and the momentum completely switched to Argentina. Argentina won 3-1, right? It's just hilarious to me, right? It's funny to me that that happened to Mbolo, right? Okay, I'm Mbolo. Okay, you can debate it, but you can also see the side where he did dive. He did that within the Spain and Argentina game. So many Argentinian players simulated, meaning they dove, man. They were diving left and right. I could make a compilation, but I ain't got the time or patience to do that. Ultimately, they were diving. Whatever Mbolo got, I think two or three Argentinian players should have got, including including the spoiled brat, including the spoiled brat. But they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. They know where the money's at. They know that these Messi fanboys would crash out if they realize the reality that their man is a fuck boy. He's a fuck boy, man. I'm sorry. I don't want to cuss, but he's a fuck boy, man. That's what it is. That's why, again, I'm just gonna keep it real. I loved the Messi tears. Give me more, man. I want to see him cry more. Let me show you this, man. The tears of a spoiled brat are music to my ears. I love it. I love it. I love it because they gave you an easy path to the finals. Let me tell you, look at the bracket again. Look at that side of the bracket that Spain came from. Spain came, yes, my bad. I even forgot to mention that Spain beat France. Sorry, my bad. I messed up that one. Spain had to beat France. Spain had to beat Belgium. Spain had to beat Portugal. Spain had to beat, well, Austria, I can't say nothing about. Spain had to beat multiple teams in the top 10 of FIFA World Rankings. Argentina had to beat Capo Verde. Argentina had to beat Egypt, Switzerland, and England. What the hell? What the hell? Again, the real final, and clearly, if you guys watch the games or watch the World Cup, The real final was Spain versus Argentina. Sorry, my bad. Was Spain versus France. That was the real final. That was the real final because whoever won that game was going to win the World Cup, and it happened again. Messi crying is the best. I love. Let's clap a round of applause for Messi crying. Oh, I love it. I love it. Feed me more on some Ryback ish. And if you got the Ryback reference, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Cry more. I need these tears because they do. You know what? It's the unfairness of life, man. One man is looked at empathetically when he's been cheating the entire tournament, and then another man like this who actually has honor and courage and actual fortitude and courage of masculinity, he gets issued on, hooped on. 41 years old playing at elite levels. You idiot! Like, like, like and guess what? Here's the bigger part to this. Messi, I'm just gonna say he's naturally gifted to the game of football, game of soccer. Ronaldo, he has to work. He's gifted as well. Almost everybody who makes it to that level is gifted, but he puts in a lot of work, man, in his body, in his preparation, in his. This is a model to all human beings, to even children, to grown men, to teenagers. Hard work pays off. Not when you've been carried and spoiled in your MFN life. I'm happy he lost because it shows you that the devil doesn't win. The Most High wins, and there's true justice in the world. I love it. I absolutely love it. And again, that was my point of what I'm trying to say. So let's finish off, bro. Paredes did like 10 fouls. He only got a red card because he fought the Spanish player at the end of the game. I believe Conte is talking about a specific Argentinian player. But here's the real truth of the matter. You could say that about a lot of Argentinian players. They were playing dirty. They were playing a hard, dirty, aggressive game that most other teams would have gotten red carded for. So at a certain point, Argentina knew they would lose. I'm just gonna keep it real. I think Argentina already knew they were gonna lose, so they just decided to crash out. They decided to start fighting the other team. I'm just keeping it. Say, yo, we're gonna fight the other team, and their leader, their so-called goat, to some people, to people who are, it is what it is. Their so-called goat blasted a full-on powerful kick in the opponent's head. Nothing happened to him. What are we talking about? He blasted a full kick at this man's head and nothing happened. It's like, oh, Messi did some fuckery. Okay, it's fine. It's Messi. The privilege, the spoiled attitude, the pretentiousness. You know what I'm saying? Messi dived a ton of times during the game. Did they give him the Embolo treatment? Oh, of course they didn't. It's this injustice, and that's why again, seeing Messi cry, I loved it, man. I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. Big up to the champions who are rightfully the champions. Spain was the best team in the whole tournament. They had a harder journey and they deserved it. Shout out to them. Shout out to Honor Contes going in the chat. On some Paraguay France ish. Yeah. These South American teams are playing dirty. Brother, thank you. They play dirty and they get away with it. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Just because you are the golden child and you're getting sucked off all the time, we have to tolerate that. Man, F you, bro. It is what it is. Shout out to Spain and a major shout out to somebody who I did not expect him to step up, especially during this game. I thought I would do a 30-minute stream. I'm going on 53 minutes. Again, I'm doing this for the love. I love the game. I love y'all. Ferran Torres, man. Ferran Torres, who somebody was, his career was not doing well, and he was able to have the biggest moment for his nation in damn near, I think 15 years. 15 years ago was when they won the first Spain won their first World Cup. I think it was 2010. I will check. Ferran Torres had a fantastic goal that won them the chip. So ultimately, it's a story of resilience. Ferran Torres has been somebody who a lot of people think underachieved and in this tournament did not do well. So, yes, I was correct. In 2010, they defeated the Netherlands 1-0. It was an Andrea Iniesta game winner. I don't know if it was in extra time, but he had a great goal versus the Netherlands that led them to the chip. Ferran Torres, he's never okay. Maybe that might be rude. I'm not gonna say it. He's not the quality of Iniesta. It's clear, but in that moment, he scored the goal that took them on top. I also personally think that Nico Williams. I think that was a goal that he had. They claimed it was offside, but shout out to Nico Williams as a super sub. He came on and really edged out that offense. Ferran Torres, for all the issues he's gotten, it was a pretty inspiring moment to see him get the game winning goal. Salute to him. And, sometimes you can flip the haters and show them what's good. So 2010 was in South Africa, extra time against Netherlands. Yep, you're correct. I fact checked it. You're correct, Famo. It was Andreas Iniesta who got the goal in extra time to edge them over a fantastic Netherlands team. That Netherlands team was great. Ian Robin, Schneider, um, a ton of players, Vincent Company, like they had a really great team. But Spain was able to overcome. And in this time, I think Spain, I'm just gonna keep it real, I think they overcame the FIFA machine because the FIFA machine was already on its knees ready to swallow Messi. They were ready. They were ready to swallow Messi. But Spain said nah. And I'm glad for that. I'm glad for that. Yeah. And on that point, man, thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for smashing the like button. If you smash the like button, thank you so much. We got here on our call saying Ferran Torres is Alvaro Morata. They just clutch moments are not good overall. You know what it is? Morata as well. Yeah, he was not consistent. But guess what? If you need a player to make a play, Morata will do it. And I say this as a Chelsea fan. Clutch moments will matter more than consistent moments. And Ferran Torres, wherever he goes in Spain, he will always be remembered for that fantastic goal in extra time to give them that championship. He won't be remembered as a spoiled brat and a fraud, like I just explained for 58 minutes. I was supposed to do 30, but appreciate y'all more than you know. Thank you so much for coming and tuning in with me. Um, I'm out. Deuces. Smash the like button. Go to the Patreon full uncensored. I'm out.